In less than 12 hours, 3 women, all beautiful and all unmarried, have disappeared.
Welcome back to my dark corner of this sick world.
I trust we won't disappoint them.
Sometimes you can gauge the tone of a film just from its title.
Mars needs women.
Gotta be a comedy.
Mars needs... It's a gag. It's a prank.
And yet it's not.
We are in earnest.
And we can pretty much assume that Mars does not need women because they're trying to increase diversity in the workplace.
No, there's some other reason.
It's about sex.
A critical recession in the Y chromosomes in our genetics has resulted in a preponderance of male births over female. The ratio is now 100-to-1. Advanced techniques have failed to solve this problem. Therefore, we have come these 50 million miles to your Earth.
More specifically, it's about breeding, so they need intelligent women like scientists.
What if one of our candidates for Operation Sleep Freeze just happened to be well versed in genetics?
That said,
And she just happened to be blessed physically too, anatomically speaking.
their species is going to die out unless they find women, and yet one of their key criteria would seem to be no fat chicks.
Does the new subject conform to basic specifications?
The subject meets physical specs, at least superficially.
But, however sexist the Martians might seem, the Earth can top that.
Dr. Marjorie Bolen turned out to be a stunning brunette who found it hard to hide her charm behind her horn-rimmed spectacles.
The Martians' first task is to fit in by acquiring human clothes.
These ties serve no functional purpose.
He's not wrong, but then spectacularly undermines himself.
Red Planet abandoned the use of ties 50 years ago as useless male vanity.
Backward humans, we have evolved beyond the need for ties.
Explain your theory.
What I love about that line is that writer-director Larry Buchanan couldn't envisage a world so alien that ties had never existed, just a world in which they'd become obsolete within living memory. Just to give that context,
The word love went out of our vocabulary 100 years ago.
so ties lasted 50 years longer than love.
Why, your suggestion is insane.
There are 2 major issues with Mars Needs Women. Initially, the Martians just ask.
We seek female volunteers.
I have a hunch that if Martians landed tomorrow and said, we need women to help repopulate our species, they would be beating volunteers off with a stick.
You know, you make a lot of sense.
So the entire premise is flawed to start with, but even allowing for that, it's confused on its own term.
I don't follow you.
The Martians are desperate for women,
It's a long chance. Well, time is short. We have to take long chances.
but still respectful,
I wonder if she's single.
but not all the time. Women account for 50% of the Earth's population, and the Martians can hypnotize them into doing their bidding.
Persuasion, Mr. Fast. Persuasion.
Even allowing for the Martians' criteria,
All lovely, built like goddesses and unmet.
finding 5 women to save their species should be easy.
One thing we do know about the victims, they have to be pretty special to qualify.
Do they? This one goes to a strip club and brings back the first stripper he sees, having spent what seems like days staring at her. This one picks up a stewardess whose job seems to be to just walk constantly around the airport. And this one just goes with the homecoming queen.
There you have it, the Queen!
This does not seem like an exhaustive search, and yet they still fail,
You won't believe it.
as they always do. Whether it's this film, Devil Girl from Mars, or Frankenstein meets the Space Monster, aliens are forever running out of one gender or another and coming here to stock up.
You're it.
I'm genuinely worried our planet is getting a reputation as the universe's pimp. Mars Needs Women and Dark Corners needs subscribers. You know what to do. Are there any other serious films that have titles which sound comic? Let us know in the comments if you can think of any. Thanks for watching.
Nobody leaves this room.